At last, I find you. I've been searching for you for a long time, Marius. I was rather beginning to think you didn't want to be found.
Now I recognize you. Tyrael. I should have known you'd travel in disguise. They're always watching. Oh, forgive me, Tyrael, please. It wasn't my fault.
Not your fault. Tell me, Marius, how was it not your fault?
The next morning, we walked over the hill toward Lane. I had no idea then of the horrors that were in store for me there.
You have just ensured the doom of this world. You cannot even begin to imagine what you've set in motion this day. Go to the Temple of Light in the eastern city of Kurast. You must find the courage to step through that gate, Marius. Energies that tie me to this world are diminishing rapidly. You must take up this quest and prevent the three brothers from reuniting. You must cross the sea and search for Diablo and Vale in Kurast. Now, hurry. Time is running out for all of us. Praise be to the light. You have accomplished the impossible. Diablo and Mephisto have been banished back into the black abyss that spawned them. You've done well, hero. For now, you should rejoice.
Yo, what's going on, guys? How's everyone doing? Thank you so much for stopping by, taking time out of your schedule to hang out with me today. Thank you, as always, for the stream support, guys. I cannot thank you guys enough. Thank you for allowing me to do what I love. Again, I should say that more often. Hopefully, you guys are all having a great day. I guess it's what? What's today? What's the day today? It's Wednesday, right? Yeah, Wednesday. What's going on? So, I'm in DB T-Zone 1. For whoever wants to join, I was going to do some 8-man public group runs today. The only thing that I request is Depending on the zone, I want to solo run the terror zone to try and push experience, or at least try and maximize it. If anyone wants to join in, we'll do some giveaways. I got some gear. Hopefully we can have a fun time. And I'm going to hopefully be respecking into a build that I think it's going to be a very good build. So we'll talk about that later today. And also, I thought maybe we'd take a little bit of a small break from stream today as well, or at least a small break from Diablo 2 Resurrected, and check out some of the new Diablo 4 content. There's a lot of really cool stuff that they've been posting. A lot of it I like. A few things I'm kind of a little bit, I would say, a little bit iffy on. But overall, I think that a lot of the stuff we've seen from D4 is pretty cool. So I wanted to check out those videos with you guys. And yeah, that's about it. Again, guys, only got one person to join. Whoever wants to jump in, it's DB T-Zone 1. DB T-Zone 1, first come, first serve. If anyone is online and wants to take part. DB T-Zone 1. It is currently the Arcane Sanctuary. D4's endgame is so boring. Really, so without talking about, without breaking NDAs here, what is it that you don't like about the endgame? I'm curious. From what you've seen in the videos and the talk about the endgame. There's a really cool video where they talk about the different, there's going to be multiple difficulties, and there's like, each zone is like, you can't actually progress to the next zone unless you take down a huge, crazy endgame, like, world tier boss. Seems like there's multiple things to do within each difficulty. Just kind of curious what it is that, what it is that you don't like. Because, like, in my opinion, it seems like it's a pretty big step forward from, in terms of, like, content and what you can do with Diablo 2. So I'm just curious. Lay the feedback on me, brother. But again, from what we've seen... Endo, what's going on, brother? Make a hardcore tune? I don't know, man. I don't play enough, and I'm not a good enough player to be. I mean, I think, like... So do you think D2 has better endgame? Carmen? Like, in your opinion, Diablo 2 has better endgame? Or were you just... Or you don't like the endgame in Diablo 2 and you were expecting more? Because I find that an interesting take, personally. And again, I wish there was a public beta. Like, I wish a public beta, and then we could be like streaming it, and then there'd be all kinds of videos and feedback and shit. I hate this what they're doing right now. You're not allowed to talk about anything, but from the videos that I've seen on the IGN YouTube channel with Joe Shelley and Rod Ferguson, like, I think, I don't know. All looks really good to me. Actually, what is interesting, though, kind of wanted to grab your guys' feedback on this. What do you guys think about the respec system? A lot of people were not too happy about the current changes, or the proposed changes that they talked about in the video for the respec system. Basically, very forgiving respecs early on, and then as you progress more and more and more, it becomes less forgiving. So it's kind of, in a lot of ways, the polar opposite of Diablo 2. At least in my opinion. Jill! Thanks for the stream. Thank you for popping in. Thank you for saying hi. Thank you for the super chat. Should be thanking you, Jill. Thank you so much. I mean, it's kind of obvious at some point there's probably going to be a small, at least I would think there's going to be some small form of like a public beta test. Because that's kind of been the history with like Diablo Immortal, which was a brand new game, Diablo 2 Resurrected. They kind of always had these different testing phase iterations, right? So I mean, I would assume it'd be the same thing. I don't see how it'd be any different, but I mean, I could be wrong. So currently, you think it's too easy to fill out a character? It's just an interesting take on. So it's very lenient early on, which I don't mind, because like everybody knows Diablo 2 and Diablo 2 Resurrected builds inside and out for the most part, right? So the fact that it has a very like set in stone system and early on it's kind of not very forgiving, it's not really a big deal because I feel like a lot of people know the game inside and out. And there's tons of guides and stuff like that if you don't know the game inside and out. But if you're starting out for the first time in Diablo 4, I kind of don't mind how they showed it's going to be like very little gold to respec, and you can kind of mess around and you can try a fire or try lightning or try cold and you can respec kind of willy-nilly. I thought that was actually a smart idea. And then I like how it becomes progressively harder and harder to respec after you've invested more and more and your character becomes solidified. I'm a little bit iffy though on like eventually reaching a point where it's not really worth respecing. You kind of got to start a new character. I don't know how I feel about that. Josh! Is that Phoenix? That's gotta be Phoenix. What's up, Phoenix Fire? Like, the only thing I'm a little bit... Like, hesitant with the D4 respec system is just being, like, completely... reaching a certain point when it's not worth respecing it. Or it's not worth... You have to start a new character. That's kind of the only thing I wasn't a massive fan of. Just get D4 trading out of your mind? We still don't know what's going to happen, right? I'm surprised you didn't say one button respec, and that's why you want and why you play single player. I don't... Sorry, I don't know what you mean, Jinx. Milky, respect these nuts? Respec is fine. What they need to think about is abilities. Make any spec viable for any situation. If your fire damage output isn't as good as the other elements, well, there's no way they're not gonna have flat, hard Diablo 2 resurrected immunities. Like, they won't. Bilky, no sound. There's no way they're gonna have hard immunities. It's just not gonna, it won't be a thing. So if you're talking about, like, whether or not you think... Like, I would imagine all builds will be viable in some regards. Some might be better than other builds in certain situations, but I don't think they're going to have... You think it's going to snow? Huh. We'll see. I would bet against that. But I have been wrong before. Yeah, trade is really interesting. That's an interesting topic to discuss because there's pros and cons to having full trading and restricted trading. There's pros and cons to both systems. In a perfect world, I would like unlimited trading and no bots. The reality is, perfect world doesn't exist. If there was open market and 100% free trading, there will be forms of real money trading and shops and stuff. There will be. So what's like, okay, new game, guys. So what's what's the best approach, right? DB T-Zone 2. And again, I do prefer, guys, if I can run the Terror Zone myself, just so I get more experience, and then we just team up and get 8-man bail runs going or whatever.
Good to see you.
It is true, though. If you have completely unrestricted trading, it's great. It's really cool. Like, if they had a trading website like PoE and you could trade for anything that you wanted to, that's all fantastic. But the reality is, if that is available, there will be, at some point, some form of real money trading, right? That's just... it'll happen, right? If you have no trading, that sucks for, like, the idea of commodity, and then if you find a particular item that you want to trade it for value, that sucks that way, but then there won't be... like, the only thing you could maybe purchase is some sort of rushed experience leveling or something. So is the notion and the idea basically you guys would be... you'd be fine with knowing there's forms of real money trading as long as you could have unlimited trading, and that's kind of you would just deal with it? I'm just kind of curious. Like, I'm not one way or the other. It was kind of funny. And the D4 video that I made 2 days ago, I don't know if you guys saw it, someone in the comments accused me of... well, they just said, like, how can you have a say on trading if you accept items from viewers? And I was like, all I did was talk about the pros and cons. I was just like, there is pros and cons of having unrestricted trading and then some form of restricted trading. Excuse me. You had blank screens yet on character selection screen yet? Highly frustrating. I have not. I've not encountered that slave to the system. See, K-Dog, you're kind of like the opposite, where you're fine with it because you know you don't want to deal with the real money or fighting real money trading website and bots and that kind of thing, right? So fair enough. Because that definitely is a fair, like, that's a fair argument, and I always try and bring that up when everybody says how they hate how there could be restricted trading. Well, it's because if there's not restricted trading, you know, day one they're going to be using form gold on D2JSP, right? I'm just saying, and I'm not going one way or the other. I'm just saying, for those that hate D2JSP, you know, if it's complete 100% unrestricted trading, that form gold will be there on day one, right? I'm not saying, Frank, I'm not saying don't play or do play or it has to be this way or it has to be the other way. I'm literally just pointing out facts. Literally just pointing out facts that will happen. Draz, thank you for the 50 months Istron membership. My dude. Thank you so much, Draz. Again, guys, if you want to jump in, it's DBT Zone 2. If anyone wants to jump in, we have some open spots here. If you guys want to farm Chaos or Pindle or the Pits or Ancient Tunnels or Bail Runs or whatever, want to take advantage of some higher player difficulty setting groups, you're more than welcome to join. DBT Zone 2. Bilbo, I want to make the spec to a Fireclaw shapeshifting druid today. The only thing that I'm missing to complete the build is I need a Vex rune and an Ist rune, which I do have a low rune. I could trade for it. And shapeshifting skillers. That's it. I have a really cool idea to make what should be like around a 30,000 damage per Fireclaw hit Druids, like werewolf setup. And then it should have lower resistance and infinity proc. So it should be a very powerful build, which next week, spoiler, I'm going to be doing a collab stream with a very cool Diablo 2 streamer. We're going to be doing some Uber Tristram runs, and I'm going to be using the Fireclaw Druid. So that'll be next week, Friday. Really looking forward to that. Draz, you playing Modern Warfare 2? You give up on D2? Randy, that would be sweet. If you want to join next game, I already have 2. I just need a handful more. If I get all the gear pieces, I can respec today. Yeah, be no password. It's DBT Zone 2. And I'll jump up and go DBT Zone 3, 4, 5, etc. It's a surprise. Surprise, but next week. It's a pretty big improvement, Zen. Players 1 difficulty, I don't think that you need it. But on higher difficulty settings, it is really nice. The redemption aura is really cool. Never have to worry about potting, basically. The fire absorb makes you almost immune to fire resistance. Like this setup is 85 fire res and 80 lighting res. Between, like, with the fire absorb on Phoenix, it's impossible to take damage. Like, I actually can't take damage as a fire druid. Which is, or I can't take fire damage as a fire druid. Food, I got you beat, man. Believe it or not, I got you beat. I got a 354-10. So I got you beat, dude. But next run, I'll show you guys the gear that I want to use for the Fireclaw. I really think it's going to be super powerful, though, actually. It's kind of like perfect mating of new rune words and existing stuff and fire Sunder Charms. This should be pretty powerful. Do ya? Sweet. That's all I'm missing. I have everything. I just need to roll. Well, I just need to roll. I know it sounds I just need, but... Flickering... I need to roll another Flickering Flame. And then I need to stack Shapeshifting Skillers. That's it. My concern right now is that during the interview, they talked about being able to go to the next world tier by testing your build and your gear. The gear part concerns you. Well, we have seen that the damage numbers aren't inflated, right? That was a really big concern, that people thought the damage numbers were going to be up into the billions and trillions or whatever, which we know that's not the case. But I kind of like the idea of continually progressing through different world tiers, because with the way D2 is right now, you basically, you get to the point where you get up to Players 8 difficulty and then you completely mow shit down and you're kind of done, right? On sort of the meta builds. And a lot of people, like, a lot of the criticism was they wanted Terror Zones to be harder content, harder monsters, etc., right? So the idea of just pushing into new progressions of tiers of level of difficulty in Diablo 4, I thought was a good thing. So what's your concern? Is just that you're concerned about damage numbers, or... The idea of being able to constantly test yourself on harder and harder difficulty settings, like, it'd be kind of like, so you get a character that can do Uber Tristram, and then once you complete Uber Tristram, you move on to harder content. So I kind of... Didn't sound horrible to me, but... What's up, Bob? How you doing? Bilbo, you've been playing with Wolfbarb for the lulz. Honestly, you've enjoyed it. Treachery for Fate Proc, Azarath, Storm Shield, Nosferatu's Coil for Life Leech, and Slowdown, Goblin Toast for Crushing Blow, 4k life. Nice. Sounds like a GG setup, man. I mean, honestly, it's actually not, Oi. The only reason that I know, and I'm not breaking any NDA here or whatever, if you look at... You have to Google it, but you know the guy that was streaming... Like, you know the leaked screenshots and all the stuff that they showed? Remember that guy got banned? He was leaking a Discord stream of it or whatever? You can see that the numbers are not overinflated. Even the leaks from the endgame beta that people are not supposed to be leaking, if you go through Reddit and stuff, you can find them. I'm not going to show them because I don't want to get copyright strike. But you can actually see that the numbers are actually much more in tune with Diablo 2. Down for Inferno mode? But what do you do if you introduce... Let me play devil's advocate here for a second. If you introduce a new difficulty to Diablo 2, and I'm not saying I'm opposed to the idea, but if you did, what do you do about all the C and B tier builds that are just kind of moderately okay now? Right? What about these subpar builds that can't really do anything higher than P1? Max like key 1 held difficulty with like really good gear. Like what happens to those builds? New rumors to pump them up. I don't think there's a single rumor that can pump up a build like a leap barb or whatever. Goner, we're gonna go to a fire druid, a fireclaw werewolf. It should have, it's gonna have lower resistance procs, affinity mercenary, capped res, really fast attack rate, which should be almost 30k fireclaw damage. Build will have AoE, which is pretty cool. Okay, so it's gonna be DB T-Zone 3. No password if anyone wants to jump in for the shape-shifting skillers that we talked about. DB T-Zone 3. Griff, what's going on, brother? Crafted a 219 Amazon amulet with crap other attributes worth about a burr. I don't know if it's worth about a burr. It's funny because a 19, like that's actually insane because I was trying to get one of those for ages because I wanted to rock a 99 FCR teleporting. I got a shit ton of P-combs that I got to get rid of too. I wanted a 219 because I wanted to make a fast teleporting Zon setup. But I never ever crafted a 219 my entire life. So it's probably not super valuable to people on ladder, but if someone's trying to make a 99 FCR Zon, then yeah, it's... Oh, BlizzTune's got one. Thank you, BlizzTune. Oh, 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. They're doing sacred and ancestral items. Yeah, but that's supposed to be like varying tier. Like this is like this is what's like interesting in trying to get that balance that people have concerns about, right? Kind of referencing what you're talking about, Eric, is that okay? Cool. So I have 1, 2. I have 4. So I need 2 more. 2 more and then we're done. That in order to have continually progressing difficulty, you have to like have continually growing like power of your items, right? You just have to, right? Like, you know what I mean? You know what I'm kind of saying? Like, you can't have 3 more difficulties in Diablo 2 past Hell difficulty. Like, you can't have an Inferno, Uber Inferno, and then Ultra Inferno, where the monsters get harder, but using the same gear that you have in Hell difficulty. You just can't do it, right? You can't have a 15k fireball and then take on Hell Bale that has 1 billion life and then move on to something that has 5 trillion life and then have the same amount of damage. And you know what I'm saying? Like, so you have to have like items that progress with like, you know what I mean? Like, the items have to progress with the scaling life of the monsters, right? You can't just have, like, I don't know, it's hard to... You have to have some sort of, like, power growth or, like, character development to continue to keep doing that progressing difficulty, right? Now, obviously, there's, like... Like, are you kind of referencing sort of PoE and how there just gets to be certain bosses where, in order to actually beat them, it's just a DPS check? It's like the boss is literally a DPS check, where if you don't have the DPS, you can't beat him. And like, it's, if that's what your like concern is, then like that is justifiable. Like, I understand where you're coming from. Project Diablo 2 did it perfectly. There's a lot of things that PD2 did very well. There was definitely, for those that played it early on though, there was definitely a lot of no, I'm not saying I could do it better, but there was like balancing like aches and ains. Aches and pains. Oh my god. You know what I'm trying to say, right? For those that actually played Season 1 and Season 2, it wasn't perfectly balanced. And I'm not saying I could do better, but... Can't believe I said pakes and ains. Cannot believe I just said that. Patrick. I thought, like, you guys saw the world boss event, right? Like, I'm gonna watch some of the videos in a bit. That big ass guy with the huge chest, that as you kill him, he like drops off loot goblins and they run away or whatever. I thought that boss battle looked pretty cool. That's one thing we kind of miss in Diablo 2. There's no like really cool boss fights, in my opinion. Season 5 was the best yet, Admiral? Well, I know you played it a ton. They've added a ton of cool things. Like, you know that special... There's a special Tomb of Identify, and there's a special Town Portal Tomb that gives you just, like, unlimited scrolls. You just have to drop it. Like, there's a lot of really cool... things that they brought in. Did I play the Diablo 4 beta? I can neither confirm or deny that I have had access to the Diablo 4 beta. Yeah, season 2 was when season 2 was the last season that I like really seriously played. Yeah, the Rathma fight's amazing. Yeah, it is. It's great. Can neither confirm nor deny. I played a little bit of Diablo Immortal. It's kind of unfortunate because I feel like that game would have been so much more well received if they had done a couple things differently. I really feel like if they just copied PoE's monetization system, if it was just cosmetics only, the only thing you could purchase is cosmetics, it would have been so much more well received, in my opinion. Not that I would have... It's still a mobile game first. It's never going to be like a PC game. Like, it's never going to be the same quality. Like, but... And it plays kind of funny on PC too, because of the different controls, but... Maybe that's me being optimistic, but I genuinely believe that if it just was cosmetics only, I think it would have been a lot more well received. That's true, Bilbo. I mean, just imagine if you had every single skill, you could just buy like a cosmetic effect for it. You could buy a cosmetic effect for like every single like armor piece just to look cool. I think that would have been much more well received. Just monetize the absolute living shit out of the visuals instead of doing what they did. In PD2, I played all the seasons because I currently don't have a PC for Resurrected, but from what I see now, he changed items and builds too much, and you don't like it? Interesting. So in your opinion, Florin, it's gone a little bit too far in terms of change? Fair enough. That's one of those things that it's impossible to please everybody. Like, some people think that even the changes they've made to Diablo 2 Resurrected so far are too far, right? Other people want to see more changes. It's tough to please everybody. For all of D3's issues, you still find it fun? That's a game that I haven't played a ton of, to be honest. What Stone Crush? I mean the unique item Stone Crusher, Admiral? It was like GG? Really? It's pretty shit in LOD. Yeah, I think it's a great mod. I only have so much time to play so much Diablo, and I can't spread myself thin enough to like play the shit out of PD2 and play Diablo 2 Resurrected. I barely have enough time to play Diablo 2 Resurrected, let alone a whole other mod. Thank you, Roy, for the reminder. Guys, throwing a like on the stream is one of the single best ways to help support my channel. PD2 Season 4 was amazing for the World Barb. Senpai nerfed the hell of it for Season 5. Ah, interesting. The Fire Druid has to be... Fire Druid has to be 100 times better than what it was in LOD. Like, would you not agree? Like, Fire Druid has... Like, there's... It just has to be. Even if... I don't know. Even if you don't like Thunder Charmed, it's just a million times better. DB T-Zone 4, guys, if anyone wants to jump in, join in on the Magic Finding. Again, I ask if I can run the Terror Zone myself, just so I can maximize experience, but if you guys want to jump in, Chaos, Pendle runs, Ancient Tunnel runs, Pit runs, etc., to group up and gain some experience, DB T-Zone 4, open 8-man game, first come, first serve. By the way, has anybody picked up God of War Ragnarok? Apparently it's received, like, every review that I've watched, it's, like, received an absolute phenomenal rating. I'll probably wait for the PC port if I was to ever get it. I don't want to play a game like that on PlayStation 4. Ooh, 4 max damage. Super cool so far, K-Dog? Nice. Yeah, no, I didn't hate the first one, but I didn't, like, love it either. I don't know. I kind of preferred the old hack and slash version of it, actually. I'm curious on your thoughts on something. I decided to don't want to go... Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, if you don't have teleport, you can't keep up in Terror Zone farming. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, but Joms, you hate Resident Evil 2. And Resident Evil 2 was like runner-up for Video Game of the Year. Just because it's Video Game of the Year doesn't mean you're not allowed to not like it. You hate Resident Evil. And RE2 was right up there for Game of the Year. Kung Fu. Stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of times, like, I don't even really like Arcane Sanctuary. I don't even think it's that good of a Terror Zone, but... whatever, we can at least farm it. Later, Randy. Mango, I am so excited for Callisto Protocol. I was actually debating streaming the Resident Evil Shadow of Roses DLC. I played that off stream. Oh my god. You guys know the House Benevito? You know the House Benevito section with the mannequin that follows you? Oh my god. That is the most scared that I've ever been playing a video game in my entire life. Literally the most scared I've ever been. Does anyone in chat? Did anyone get to experience it? It was... oh my god. There's a mannequin that follows you through this house, and every time you look away, it runs after you, but then when you look at it, it stays still. So you're like... you have to like walk like backwards. It's just... oh my god. It is the most... never experienced something so brutal in my entire life. Yeah, I don't think, honestly, being entirely honest, I think the initial launch of Diablo 2 Resurrected was huge. So many people were playing it. Hype kind of fell off. The first official ladder was really big with all the character changes. The game itself is... There's not, like, it's always going to go through, like, cyclical motions of, like, ARPG, but it's never going to be, like... It'll never be like what it was when it first launched. Like, if anything, it'll be like little spikes, but like every ladder season will be like less and less and less. It just kind of like the core people that like the game will continue to watch it and play it. I just think that's kind of the nature of it. It's a remake of a classic game with some modern twists, but it won't be like... Diablo 4 will be huge and will always be consistently bigger than Diablo 2 Resurrected. The mother doll made you... Wait, which one was the mother doll, Mango? The only thing that scared... Like, the part after it, with, like, the dolls that were floating around, you were sneaking through, that was cool, but that wasn't quite as scary for me. The scariest thing for me was the frickin' mannequin. Has this been cleared? I mean, it's gonna have different, like, it's not a remake of Diablo 2. There's things that are gonna be different about it, but I think everything we've seen, I don't know how you can say that, like, I really think Diablo 4 is taking steps in the right direction. I don't know. I could be wrong, but... It's interesting when you mention lore. A lot of people kind of find it amusing that Lilith is like such a small part in the Diablo 2 lore, but she's like such a big thing in the Diablo. Like the whole campaign game is based around Lilith, right? Admiral! Thank you so much for the Isroom membership, my dude. Admiral, thank you so much, brother. Admiral, man. I don't expect anything. All good, man. You don't need to zaw it all. Dude, even just popping by streams, throwing on likes, I appreciate it. No worries, man. What's up, Taco? Okay, new game. Nothing yet. So DBT Zone 5, for anyone who wants to jump in. I do request that I run the Terror Zone solo, just because I get more experience that way. Other than that, if you guys want to jump in, Chaos, Pindle, whatever together. And I am trying to look for two more plain shapeshifting skillers if anybody has them, and an Ist and a Vex. I have a low rune to trade. Yeah, I need to make another Flickering Flame, and Ist rune for my Infinity. We're gonna respec to a huge big boy damage Fire Claw setup. You have one, Diane? Do you mind popping in to the next game, guys? I'm actually gonna use Amara's just to cap my res out a little bit better. Although, what would be a really good... Do you think a +3 to shapeshifting skiller with like plus life would be good for a shapeshifting Fireclaw Druid? The weapon that the primary weapon I'm going to be using is a Plague Phase Blade. So the idea is I just want to attack fast and rely on fire damage. I don't care about physical. So 3 to shapeshifting skills amulet would be 1 extra skill. Oh, there's a Lemon. I would probably only use +3. If I was going to use one, I would probably only use a +3. 1 second, Diane. Well, right now we're DB T-Zone 5, but we're on a full game right now. So maybe I'll make a DB shapeshifting skiller game next or whatever. That would be huge. Got it from Neil Attack? Nice. All I have for trade is a low rune. So I want an Ist and a Vex. But a low rune for an Ist and a Vex is kind of under trading myself quite a bit. So I don't know. I do have a shitload of plain Peacombs. I'll trade those for a Vex and an Ist. I don't know if anyone wants Peacombs. I'll go over the respec plan at the start of next game. I'll show you a full breakdown of the gear and the exact character that I want to run. It should have really good mobility, tons of fire damage, AoE damage, and it should, with Sunder Charms and all the lower res and stuff that I'm going to be stacking, like I should just one-shot everything. I'll make an open game right after I complete this Arcane Sanctuary run, guys, and then we'll do some trades. I appreciate the shape-shifting donations, I really do. Brad, you got an Ist, brother? Every time I see Rad Brad MTB, I always think you're the Rad Brad, the guy that does those massive playthrough streams. I always think it's you. I always think that's who you are. Oh, that's funny. Germani, what's going on, brother? Gonna be doing a big respec to a Fire Claw setup. I'm gonna cover the gear in a second. I actually think that this Fire Claw Druid build is gonna be insane, though. I think everyone's shitting on it because it's Druid, but I think it's gonna be insane. I don't see how it can't be. Like, honestly, I think it might even have faster clear speeds than this current Fire Druid that I'm running. Wouldn't that be fantastic? PD2 did it. D2R can do it. Ooh, grand. That's actually... Ooh, dude. Dude. That's a really cool Flickering Flame base helmet. You know what? Oh, wait, sorry, +5. Sorry, I read that as +3. I can't roll Flickering Flame on that. A 3 to Flickering Flame, 3 open socket Druid Pelt would be kind of a cool Flickering Flame base. Okay, so new game. First come, first serve. Hopefully you guys can get in. We'll do DBT Zone 6. No password. But you guys want to jump in for those shape-shifting skillers, and I'll show you guys the build. So, this is the gear that I'm going to be running, which I think is going to be pretty killer. So I'm going to go Plague Phase Blade base for my Druid. The reason being is because I'm going to go Fireclaw Wolf. Chance to proc low res when struck. Wolf has hardly any defense, so that should go off pretty frequently, especially since it'll be in monsters' faces. Then I'm going to have an Infinity Mercenary. All this gear is going to remain the same, though. So Plague, Phase Blade base, negative fire res, Ravenlore, Phoenix, either Mara's or that +3 Shapeshifting Amulet, Enigma, Rakta's Mesh, a BK Ring and a Ravenfrost, Mage Fist, and then whatever boots. Alders is probably fine. All Shapeshifting Skillers, Torch and Annie. All this is going to stay the same. Like, it's going to be 100% the same. Completely max out Fireclaw. Then we'll max out Firestorm and Molten Boulder because they're synergies. And then I'm just going to pump points into Armageddon. So I'm just going to have one low-level Oak Sage active. Alternate between Feral Rage and Fireclaw. Game's full. Okay, I'll make a... Okay, let me just make a... DB Skiller. We'll just go DB Skiller. So I just need 2 and then I'm set. But I should have negative 54 res when the low res proc goes off. I don't need to worry about Life Leech because I have Redemption from Phoenix. Tons of negative fire res here. Enigma for movement speed. Armageddon for AoE damage. I should be in the range of like 25k damage for Fireclaw. But then also we'll have even more damage from all the low res will be stacking. DB Skiller's full? Well, I only need 6, and I have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I just need one more. One more, and then we're maxed. I found this base offline, which is pretty sweet. That shape. I think that's the, oh, summoning. You have a wolf, but without Fisher. Fisher's a pain. What's up, Jay? Don't you need more IS with Fireclaw? I just asking because the Fireclaw builds I've seen have been like 120 IS in a Phase Blade base. Well, it's definitely changed since they reworked the IS, Germani. I don't think you need 120 anymore. Sweet. Okay, never mind. I don't need Skillers. We're good. If you're talking about the crazy IS that you used to get as a bear, that's not a thing anymore. Dude, I'll be lucky to do... Okay, new game, guys. So DBT Zone. DBT Zone 7 and no password. Yeah, the FHR is sick. Thoughts on using Death and a Glory Stacks for Fury Druid? It's great. Death is amazing for a Fury Druid. I also think Reaper's Toll is really good, and same, like, Ribcracker, Tomb Reaver, all those they're really good as well, but, Oh, okay, are you talking about the duration without maxing? Well, I should... So I'll be 1 hard point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 in prerequisites. 25, 45, 65. 85. I don't know. I still probably won't put any points into Fissure for duration. Just because it's not that big a deal, at least for me, to just like... Even at 12... It's like 12 seconds, right? Without any synergies. One little quick hot press to recast it again isn't that big a deal for me as a shapeshifter, but... Again, guys, DB T-Zone 7, for those that want to jump in. We lost some members. Those must have been public people joining. DB T-Zone 7. Randy, what's going on, man? It used to be arguably the best, but things have changed. Since they changed the IS calculator, there's, like, you don't need as much IS to hit certain breakpoints anymore. So you can now use slower weapons. Like I argue Reaper's Toll is better than... You can actually hit really fast with it now, Decrep procs. But prior to the shapeshifting IS changes in 2.4, yeah, it was the best. It's still a great weapon. I just don't know if it's the best anymore. Like, some argue Death and Glorious Axe is the best. I like Reaper's Toll because you can use a Might Aura Pride Mercenary setup. So you get Concentration, Might Aura, and then use Reaper's Toll with Decrep Rocks. Just put a Zod Rune and an Ethereal one. But they're all really strong setups. Wait, are we talking about... I mean, I could put a few points into Fissure, Vec, but... Like... You're talking about casting Armageddon, right? So if I cast Armageddon every, like, 20 seconds, that's not too bad. At least I don't think it's too bad. What's the big Diablo 4 news, ID? IGN has been posting daily videos, little snippets of updates from Rod Ferguson and Joe Shelley, the game director and, like, the head lead guy behind Diablo 4. We've seen a lot of cool stuff, like yesterday's video that I posted, the evolution of the skill tree, world boss events, all that stuff. We're going to watch it shortly. We'll watch some of them on YouTube. But we've gotten a lot more like of a sneak peek and stuff of what to sort of expect with Diablo 4. Apparently, I don't think this is true, but apparently there was rumors that the release date is going to be April, which I think is a little bit early, personally, but... Too short, I am level 93. Me too, Gran, me too. Nice meme. I've been on a bit of a high rune drought, to be honest. They had guys like Barricade and other ones hooking me up with runes. That's true. Everyone was super excited for Diablo 3, and then that was a bit of a letdown too. Fair enough. Nova Sorceress is killer. Very powerful build. Germani, 4 Vexes, everything else has been trading. She's doing more damage than me. The problem with the Fire Druid is just the sporadic nature of the damage. That's like really the issue with the Fire Druid. It's not that I don't do damage, it's I gotta wait for the damage to do its thing, right? Where Nova is just cast Nova, hits, things die. What's the go-to mark for caster these days? Depending on the caster build, it's still honestly Insight, Mercenary, Enigma, or Reaper's Toll. Those are still like the top 3 builds. There's some new stuff that's emerged, like early on. Act 1 Freezing Arrow Rogue with an Insight Bow is really strong. Probably one of the best budget mercenary setups, in my opinion, in the game. I really like the Plague Mercenary. The Act 5 Plague Mercenary, I think, is amazing. It's currently what I'm using. Cleansing Aura is super underrated. Okay, new game, guys. DBT Zone 8. For whoever wants to join. DBT Zone 8. This is just such an underrated rumor, in my opinion. The chance to freeze, like freezing target, when the mercenary is just winding up like very high repetitive damage from frenzy. Very great survivability because anything he hits, he freezes. So it's hard for the mercenary to get overwhelmed by monsters. Cleansing Aura is super strong. Any curse you have is instantly gone. Ooh, Flare Jungle, nice. Curses are just instantly gone. Same with like being poisoned, it's just instantly gone as well. lower res proc is nice when it goes off. It's basically infinity. It's not as consistent because you need to wait for it to go off, but it's just most underrated rune word in my opinion. Just hands down is Plague. Like I'm trying to pay attention to when a curse goes off and to see how quickly it just dissipates. Ruined sword, not ethereal. Anyone got a low sorcerer's torch we can hook up Austin with to trade? Do you think, Matt? Do you think people dunk on Plague just because it's not like instant low res procs all the time? Because Infinity is a constant conviction aura, where you're kind of waiting for that lower res proc to go off. So it's definitely not as frequent, but... Thank you, McCool. Really appreciate that, man. Any here on possible news if Tear Zones are coming to single player? The last that we heard of it was the devs know that the community is requesting it in single player, but it won't be coming anytime soon. I think that's the last thing Adam Fletcher sort of tweeted. Basically, his reasoning was it's not a simple copy and paste. It's kind of baked into the coding and it changes like hourly server-wide on the BNet servers, so I'm not saying that it won't happen, but I don't expect it anytime soon. Unfortunately, for those that like single player and we're looking to break up the monotony of the 99 grind, won't be anytime soon. Like, I think it's going to be an interesting complement to my Fireclaw setup. So, does anyone, like, how much is a plain Peacomb going for? Because I have 6 plain Peacombs. Anyway, could trade them all for maybe a Vex or something? 6 plain Peacombs. Bit less than an ist. I'll let 6 go for an ist and a Vex. I'll let 6 go for an ist and a Vex. Oh wait, yeah, Biz. Oh wait, so yeah, you said you were gonna give. Forgot. Someone was gonna give me an ist for free. I mean, in an ideal world, I think they would just give us more character slots, but I don't know if it'll happen. I kind of have this attitude of like, the fact that we're still getting consistent updates for Diablo 2 Resurrected, I think is pretty solid, considering the player base now is an absolute complete fraction of what it was when the game launched. So I don't think they're making tons of consistent revenue on this game, so I kind of, like, on one hand, I'm kind of just happy and grateful to have what we do have. But on the other hand, I'm like, well, ideally, like, yeah, it'd be sweet if we could have more character slots and weren't restricted, right? So, I don't know. In an ideal world, it'd be nice to just have unlimited character slots, but I don't think it's going to happen. Ooh, did someone get a job rune in this game? Jesse found a job rune, my god. Okay. Where's Busy at? Araga. They should at least give the option to straight copy 2 single players so we at least can save the character to make a new one online. That will never happen because they're not going to give you access to the storage on their server, right? But just being realistic, that's never going to happen. So I found this offline, and then Barricade TTV gave me 2 Burruns and a Malrune. So I have an Ist here. So I can... This is my Infinity base. I have not respect yet. The plan is to go Shapeshifting Wolf. 1 art point into Werewolf, 1 art point into Lycanthropy, 1 into Werebear, 1 into Maul, 1 into Feral Rage. Max out Fireclaw, max out Firestorm, max out Molten Boulder. And then I'll max out Armageddon. And then I'll max out... Or put the remaining points into... a Volcano. So I should have like a 5 or 6k Armageddon with, I'm expecting with the gear that I'm going to have close to, I should be almost into the range of like 20 to 25,000 Fireclaw damage. But then I have Sunder Charms, Ravenlore, Phoenix, I'm going to self-wield Plague and a Phase Blade, so I'll have low res procs, and then Infinity Mercenary. So I should have almost everything hit at close to negative, like, everything that's not Fire Immune will be at negative 100. Everything that is Sundered will be at like negative 10 or whatever. So I should do some pretty crazy damage. Let's roll this, let's roll this Berserker Axe. Okay, if this is 5 open sockets, could make a really cool ethereal, death. Oh, 6. Breath of the Dying. The bot D base. 5 would have been very hard to get, but would have been really, really cool. Okay, I'll give that away. Whoever wants to roll Breath of the Dying, they can have that. Who wants bot D? Good luck getting a Zod. Zod's actually really worthless on ladder. Okay, DBT Zone 9. First come, first serve. You want a 5 to Fireclaw Hawkhelm, or is Ravenlore still just better? Oh, were you the one that was asking me, Veldetti, in chat? I actually don't know what's better. If I rolled Flickering Flame, I would get +6 to Fireclaw. So I'd have 3 more skills, but then I would have less negative resistance. Okay, where's Biz? Where's Biz? Let me trade you. Okay. That's a fair trade. As long, like, if you're gonna use it, then hell yeah, let's do that. There you go. You have Zods, Jason? I don't know. That's an interesting question, though. If you guys crunch the numbers, you think a Fireclaw pelt would be better? I don't really feel like pulling up the Maxwell calculator to see what's better. Like, they're probably very close. I guess in theory, the Flickering Flame pelt would probably be better for non-Fire Immune monsters. And it would give me the freedom of a different mercenary helmet. Well, it depends on the monster, right, Jimani? Because if it's a non-Fire Immune monster, between Infinity, lower res proc, and Phoenix, like, everything's going to be a negative 100, right? So in that case, I think Ravenlore would... Sorry, Flickering Flame with Fire Claw base would be more damage. But if we're talking like a Fire Thunder Chaos Sanctuary monster, then you're probably got the nod to Flickering Flame, right? That's what I'm assuming. If anyone wants to just make a perfect Fire Claw setup on max roll, I just don't... It'd take me like 5-10 minutes to set it up. I just don't feel like doing it. I can't retire. Yeah, I mean it is a almost perfect Ravenlore. I have no idea if they're going to be kept forever. I hope that they are. I know some people don't like them, but I think the idea of like I did Ubers on a Fire Druid. I thought that was really cool. The streamer that I'm going to be partnering up with next week, I'm going to be doing Ubers on a Fire Claw werewolf setup. Like there's just a lot of cool possibilities that weren't a thing before Center Charms, so I like them and I hope that they stay, personally. I'd hope it's... I mean, or it could just be a seasonal theme. I just think Cold Mastery is a little bit overtuned. Like I just think early on Blizzard Sorceress is a little bit overtuned. I've made that suggestion before. People have like wanted to like nail me to the stake for making that suggestion, but I hope they stay, Garrett. I mean, I hope they do. Oh, really? You're offering that for free? I could just throw that on the Mercenary right now. I could respec the Fireclaw. Then I lose my teleport, but I could respec. Okay, Jopiad says it'd be 1k more damage but 5% less fire res against Flickering Flame. Well, it would be... Best case scenario would be negative 10 res, right? Because this is it's a negative 20 Ravenlore with a 5/5 in it. That's cool. We got Mr. Leroy in game. The only thing, Mr. Leroy, is I'm a picky bitch, and I wish it was an ethereal helmet. I'm so picky for Eth stuff on my Mercenary, like Eth Cryptic Sword, Eth Dust Shroud, Eth Mythical Sword. I literally I could have rolled this in a non-Eth base, and I could have used it on any character that I wanted to, but I was picky as shit and I rolled it in ethereal. Just because everything has to be ethereal for me. Don't ask me why. Doesn't lower res proc on hits, so you want lower defense than a Mercenary? Okay, so here's the thing. Yes, Eric, technically you want the lowest possible defense. So yes, technically non-Eth would have been better because it would have been less defense. But you're kind of splitting hairs between, like it's only 950 defense armor and 227. So honestly, you're splitting hairs because it's not like it's a fortitude, right? Where things get stupid is if it's like an ethereal fortitude and you're a barbarian and you buff him up with a shout, then like he only has 9,000 defense, but I can get him up to like 40,000 with like a fortitude and a barb shout. in that situation, it's way over the top. But yes, ideally I made him worse technically, but it's all ethereal. So all ethereal is sexy. That's all we care about. All we care about is looking sexy. And it looks like Mr. Leroy is rocking a sexy fire druid here as well. So he's using Enigma and an I can already tell he's using Enigma and an Archon plate, Ravenlore, Hodo, and Phoenix. That's exactly the gear that he's using, 100%. I need more room. So I have everything that I need. Should I respec? Okay, DBT zone 10. So the pelt looks better in my opinion, but it's a 5 to Fireclaw 2 open socket pelt. Well, you would want 3 open socket, right? Right, Jopiad? Dang, it's 6k more sheet damage? Shit. I should maybe use that then. Ugh. I'm not sure. I'd have to get a 3 to Ravenclaw. Or 3 to Fireclaw, Ravenclaw. 3 to Fireclaw. 3 open socket pelt. You'd have to roll freaking flame into it. Flickering Flame, Mr. Leroy, or a 2 Fire Facet. 2 Fire Facet Crown of Ages is a really good helmet too, in my opinion. If you're running a Dragon in setup, I would almost maybe even argue that the Crown of Ages might be a little bit better actually. Because you get the plus fire damage and the negative fire damage. Or negative fire res, excuse me. Exclamation Gear, Plu. That'll give you a link to a complete full breakdown of the build in its entirety. Oh yeah, I guess. Oh yeah, technically that would probably be the best is a 2 to Druid skills, 3 to Fireclaw, rare Druid pelt with 2 open sockets and 2 5/5 fire facets, but that's like a next to impossible find. But yeah, I could definitely see that would be like the best for pure damage for sure. That makes sense. Yeah, it would be super expensive. That definitely would be the best possible sheet damage for sure. Let me get one more level and then we'll respec to our Firewolf setup. Oh, there we go. Ethereal Death Mask. Hand of Justice Phase Blade and Dual Dragons. So that's 3 Sur runes, 3 low runes, and a Cham rune, I believe. Once you get that and Anti-Charm, like that Anti-Charm, Paladin Torch, you can really, at that point, you can run almost anything. You can run any mercenary. It's very like free, in like that. It's that sort of sense. As long as you run a high-level Conviction Aura, like you can literally, you're self-wielding the Conviction Aura. You have those 3 rune words to have the high fire damage, and then at that point, it's like difference between Flickering Flame or like Crown of Ages for Druid, sure for Pelt. So isn't technically 3 low runes a Cham rune and 3 Sur runes? That's more than the value of 3 Bur runes, I think. Oh yeah, I guess, yeah, okay, you could technically get that rare pelt. That would be insane. 2 open socket, 3 to elemental skills, 3 to fire claw. Yeah, that would be, that'd be a nutty fire claw pelt. J Roos, this is a fire druid, my dude. Oh, you're right. You're right. Yeah, no, Jopiad's right. You would want 2 to... Yeah, you would want to go rare in that... Actually, yeah, you'd want to go rare in that sense, yeah. You would want rare because you specifically want 2 to Druid skills. Yeah, you wouldn't want 3 to Elemental. You want 2 to Druid skills plus 3 to... That's true. So DBT Zone 11. So can we still make that trade? 6? Because I found this Ethereal Helmet... I have 6 Peacombs. I'll trade 6 Peacombs for a Nephapol and a Vex. A Nephapol and a Vex rune. For all of these. 6 of them. 6 plain Peacombs for Nephapol and a Vex rune. Oh, right. Could be 3 to shapeshifting, yeah. In that case, 3 to shapeshifting would stack, sorry. Still a next to impossible to find Druid Pelt, but... It's a pretty good deal, guys. 6 plain Peacombs. For a Nephapol and a Vex, you could turn around and flip each Peacomb and make more money. Your game, Furley? We'll grab you next trade game. Whoever wants to do it, I'll make the trade next game. I need to clear up some space anyways. That way I can roll an ethereal Flickering Flame for my mercenary. I can give Mr. Leroy back his regular Flickering Flame pelt. Gotta be all ethereal all the time. Yeah, whoever wants it. First come, first serve. First come, first serve. I'm the best. I'm just a regular guy that likes D2. You guys are the real MVPs. Hanging out, watching me on YouTube, helping me support. I know I don't say that enough, but I do really appreciate you guys popping in my YouTube streams, because I decided YouTube was overall a better platform for me than Twitch. So making that switch and like helping me because everybody knows Twitch still is the better place for streaming. It's just for me, YouTube is a better place for streaming. That's all just for me personally. So I do appreciate you guys hanging out on a worse platform and watching me just supporting me. Like that's really huge. Give the flame to someone who needs it. Okay. All right, we'll give away the flickering flame today then. Give that away at the end of stream today. Thank you, Biz. Okay, so it looks like this has been cleared. Do you guys still need one more game before we do the Pecom trade, or? YouTube has gotten you interested in streams? Really? Interesting. So yeah, one more level and then I'll respec to my setup. What's a GC with 44 to life and 15 all res worth? Last quote was 3 burrs. Really? I wouldn't personally pay 3 burrs, but that's not too valuable of a GC for me. Even though it is almost perfect, 45 to life and 15 all res is perfect. I wouldn't use that on anything other than, like, I guess maybe a Uber Tristram setup. Can I elaborate on why YouTube is better for me? Okay, sure. So in order to grow on Twitch, you need to spend time with your ass in front of the streaming chair, in front of everyone who's watching you. I don't care what anybody says, that is the only way you grow on Twitch. Your ass needs to be planted in the streaming chair and you need to be streaming non-stop. Because when you're not streaming, people don't go to your Twitch channel to check out your clips or to check out your VODs. People only watch you if you're live. So if you're not live, you're not growing. But on YouTube, if I post a video, people tune into the video. If people like my channel, they go, okay, cool, I'm going to subscribe to this guy. I like his content. So when I'm sleeping, when I'm at work, when I'm not, like, playing Diablo 2, I'm growing. And then when I'm streaming, I'm also at the same time growing. And now YouTube is not as good of a platform as Twitch, purely for streaming, but because of how infrequently I can stream, it makes it a better platform for me personally. Does that make sense? Because really, out of all the D2 streamers that you watch, I'm going out on a limb here, but I'm going to guess that I stream the least out of all the D2 streamers you guys watch. I'm sure there's people that you watch that almost stream every day, and I'm streaming, what, 2 times a week? What do I do for a day job? I'm actually working a nighttime job. I'm a bouncer at a strip club. Oh! Gotta pay attention. Can't be answering questions. You can't. I wish you could. For whatever reason, Twitch has these stupid exclusivity clauses. And you cannot... I wish you could, though. Fucking... God, this game needs a loot filter so bad. If you could simultaneously stream at the same time, I would absolutely stream on Twitch and YouTube. Both. There'd be no... And that's why I don't get why Twitch doesn't do it, because it would benefit Twitch. There were so many people that stream on YouTube, that have YouTube channels, that would stream on both, and Twitch would get the growth of both. Like, I don't know why they're so hell-bent on... You have to stream on their platform only. Right on, Pedro. I'm actually going to make a Wolf Fireclaw variant. Going to respec to it shortly later on today. Actually, I have all the gear for it, so... Well, yeah, so you have to not be a sub to do it. But like, but then I don't get any benefit out of it. Why would I stream to a platform if you can't? You know what I mean? Not that it's all about money, but that, like, right? Like, why would I, if there's zero chance of making anything, why would I waste my time? Like, I'm trying to make the push to become a full-time content creator. And making zero money is not how you become a full-time content creator, right? So, but Twitch is just shooting themselves in the foot, in my opinion, with exclusivity. Because if they removed it, I would just dual stream there. I just would. There's no benefit. Next level, Bilky. Next level, Bilky. Okay, so I'm gonna make DB. I'll make DB Zone 13, but first I'm gonna make DB Vex. No password. So I'm gonna trade the 6 P-combs for a Vex rune. So someone's getting a really good... So it's in DB Vex, first come, first serve. Ellie, 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 Ellie. P-comb, 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 P-comb. So DB Vex, first come, first serve. Meet me in... Then I can roll... Oh, sorry. Vex and a Pulver. A Vex and a Pulver. Vexapul and a Neff. Because I need to roll Flickering Flame. So Vexapul and a Neff. Neff, Pull, Vex. Okay. Alright. Here we go. Worst trade of my life. DB never gives away anything on stream. All he ever does is just takes from his viewers. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 P-combs for Neff, Pull, and Vex. I don't know if I can walk right after that trade. Okay, Neff, Pull, Vex. Neff, Pull, Vex. Neff, Pull, Vex. Ugh. Level 4 resist fire aura. Ouch. Level 4 resist fire aura for my second Flickering Flame. That sucks.
I'll put that to good use.
How much fire res is that? Why'd I do that, Grand? I did it because I'm stupid and everything needs to be all ethereal on my mercenary. Just don't judge me. Everything has to be all ethereal. I only run all ethereal on my mercenary. It's stupid. I know it's stupid. It's just what I do. I only run ethereal stuff. Why don't I roll my infinity too? Why don't we, Why don't we just roll the dice on our infinity? .99% sure it's Burmal Barist, but I'm still double checking anyways because I'm not gonna it is Burmal Barist, but I'm not gonna fuck up an infinity live on Diablo live on a Diablo 2 stream. Burmal Barist, yeah, okay. I always know it is. Food dip, get out of here. Get out of here. What is the ED roll on it? 325, right, is the highest ED? Yeah, 325 is the highest ED, and then it's negative 45 to negative 55. So this is going to be a 325, negative 55 flickering flame. Burr mal, burr ist. It is 268, negative 53. So, another very low rolled infinity. Ugh. What is with my luck and rumored rolls? 268.53. Recco. Okay, so DBT zone. DBT zone 14. First come, first serve. Wait, what do you mean? Why did I do that, Rand? Why did I do what? No, I mean, it is true, Moon. It is true. Why did I roll what? What do you mean? Why did I roll what? Because I'm going to be respeccing to a Fireclaw setup shortly. Once I get one more level. Free stuff in Act 1, guys. DB Terror Zone 15. DB T-Zone 15. Cryotone. DB T-Zone 15. Recco's got some stuff to give away. Ooh, Warpike. Oh, the roll. The roll. Okay. Oh, sorry. DB T-Zone 14. 14, my bad. Has anyone rolled a Warpike Infinity yet? I'm kind of curious, like... I don't know why, I just think a Warpike is just a cool base for Infinity. I know everyone wants to go Man-Catcher, but... Self-wielder? You're a self-wielder, Brad? The self-wielding Infinity Nova Sorceress is really cool. It's one of the builds that my friend is running. I mean, he's actually using a Plague Mercenary for the Cleansing Aura, which is interesting. But he has negative, complete negative resistances across the board. Like, literally, he has negative 100, like, horrible res, but he's rocking a 95% energy shield absorb, max TK efficiency, self-wielding Nova Sorceress. And he just does not care. Cleansing helps counteract the negative poison res that he has. And just energy shield absorbs everything else, and just... basically has a perfect build. The only thing he's missing is trying to stack, like, plus mana lighting skillers. Like, I wonder how much those are worth. How much is a... Everyone talks about 45 to life elementals, you know, like lightning skill or whatever. How much is a 50 to mana lightning skiller worth? Those have to be worth a lot, right? Considering, like, energy shield is really sought after now. Wait, you can't roll? I thought you could roll mana on a skiller. Okay, my bad. Never mind, I thought you could. Never mind, it's worth nothing. Well, wait, how much is, what's the most plus life and mana you can roll on a small term? I forget, what is it? Is it 9? Can't remember what it is. 2017s. Sorry, how much are 2017s worth then? Because I'm assuming a really good Nova Sorceress would want to rock 2017s. $2016? I thought it was 2017. It's 2017, right? Anyways, my bad. My bad. Okay, you should be able to roll. You should be able to roll plus mana skillers. That would be ridiculous. You don't really care about Nova? It's 2022. We should be allowed to do this. Okay. Alright, new game. DBT Zone 15. First come, first serve. Yeah, no. I know. I'm an idiot. What's up, Rhino? You just sold 32 to life, 33 to mana, large charm for 100 forum gold? I'm an idiot. I made a mistake about D2 items. Cool. So I need one. Three more perfect amethysts, and I can at least craft my caster amulets too. Gonna be running on Friday? Next week on Friday, I'm doing a collab stream with a very cool streamer. We're gonna do an Uber Tristram collab stream. I'm trying to build up the character that I'm gonna be running Ubers with, which is gonna be the Fireclaw Wolf. And I have all the gear. I'm just waiting to get one more level, and then I'm gonna respec into that setup. I'm thinking it should be a pretty strong build because I have like, I'll have frequent lower res procs, all the best negative fire res gear. You guys hooked me up with shapeshifting skillers today. The redemption should handle any mana issues that I have, I think. So I'm looking forward to the build. It should be pretty strong. Do I have any interest in making PvP duel videos? Not really, because I don't know a ton about PvP. I don't even know how to find games. Like, it must... Like, how do you actually find PvP games? Because I search, like, duels, or you search, like, PvP, or you search, like... Whatever. There's no games. Like, there must be, like... There must be, like, D2JSP, like, where you, like, meet up and set up the game names or something, because... Even, like, on non-ladder, you search duels, and you're lucky to find, like, 1 or 2 games. Basically like Fight Club. Yeah, like I definitely know there's more of a chance to find them on non-ladder. I just, like, when you search them, I don't really even find them that frequently. D2JSP is where you find duels. Which I don't even want to get involved in that community anyways. And not that I don't care if people use Form Gold. I said that I don't like it, but I've said at the same token that I don't really care, because I just have bigger things to worry about in my life than whether or not someone uses Form Gold. But yes, they're all toxic. Not all. A lot of them are toxic trash bags. So I don't care. Some of them are actually really nice, but a lot of them are just, yeah. There are some actually nice people on that forum, but most of them are just horrible people. Yeah, these are open runs. Anyone wants to join, Steve? Today's Wednesday. Or do you mean next Friday is going to be Uber Tristram runs with collabing with a friend. Twisted! There a trick to finding the Flare dungeon? There actually is. So all that I do when I'm running, I just start on the right side and I just follow the right side of the path of the jungle. And every time you like detour off and you find the pillars, you know the 2 stone pillars, you like turn in there and then there's a good chance it'll be there. Wait, are you talking about finding like right here, these 2 pillars? Like are you talking about actually finding the Flare? You said dungeon, right? Yeah, Flare dungeon. Yeah. So you just run along the border, and when you find one of those, you just go into it. It's probably going to be in one of those sections. If it's not, you just leave and you go to the next one. But you always just look. I'm sure speedrunners have like a more accurate. But you always just look for these as you're running through the forest, and you just jut in, check. If not, then you move. How I do it. Oh. Are we okay? It looks like YouTube just disconnected me for a second. That's weird. Everyone's still in chat? DBT Zone 16. Yeah, that wasn't me. That was YouTube. That's always frustrating when that happens. I like instantly lose 100 to 200 viewers. Like instantly. That was all on YouTube's end. But frustrating as shit. Because I know we just would have lost 100 viewers. Right off the bat. But, anyways, that was YouTube. I apologize. It was not on my end. Twitch would have been fucked. It's one of those unfortunate things out of my control. It's happened before. Like I think I've seen all of YouTube gaming go down. It just happens. Out of my control. I can't worry about it. And it's always glanced over periodically. Just check. Oh, disconnection. Oh, it's YouTube. There's a couple websites you can use, like Tradery. Tradery is like a website that's just built around reaching out to people, setting trades, listing trades, and then, but there's no like there's no in-website currency like Forum Gold. I'd imagine D2JSP is still probably one of the best ways to trade. It's just some people don't like it because of, again, Forum Gold. I don't really care, but some people get really bent out of shape on Forum Gold. Seer DeBruncy? Should I don't know who that is. J Rush. Is he a Twitch streamer? Seer? Who is Seer? And thank you so much for the $10 super chat, my dude. Thank you. Thank you so much for supporting my channel, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, dude. Yeah, that was a, what, Ethereal 2 open socket 6 all res vortex shield or something? Thank you again, J-Rush. Thank you so much, man. Small YouTuber who plays Diablo 2? Oh, nice. We're all small at one point. Believe it or not, I started off with like 0 subscribers at one point. Everybody starts somewhere. In fact, I'd still argue that I'm a small YouTuber. I should check him out. Yeah, I don't care about using the platform of DJJSP to make trades. It's just where it gets iffy is the carrying over of form gold and being able to mass buy like the first Enigma or whatever. That's what people have issues with. I kind of just don't care anymore. Like I have too much, maybe it's because I'm growing up. I have too much stuff going on IRL to care about what people do on an external website for Diablo 2. Maybe that's just me growing up, but like I just don't really care. DBT zone 17 guys. You love that I stream on YouTube? I don't like Twitch at all? Fair enough. If I had more time, I would probably still stream on Twitch. It just works a little bit better for me. Other than when we have stupid disconnects like what we had today. Almost level 94. Goner! I have 2 respec tokens, so I can go back if I hate it. You think a GG Fireclaw setup is gonna be bad? No faith. No faith. Insert the Fast and Furious clip. Well, Paul Walker says no faith. I watched that movie last night. Why don't I pick up blue jewels anymore? I'm lazy, man. Barely get to play. 99 times out of 100, it's never a good jewel. Just lazy. Could be a 1540. Could be. You are too, Crack? Okay. Just, the only reason I say it is because a lot of people that are just tuning in and new to my channel now, you never really saw me back in the day when I was a small YouTuber. I still am a small YouTuber, but nobody saw back in the day, like, I used to do a video series called the Human Bot series. I have done like 50,000 magic finding runs on YouTube, and then on off stream, then on top of that I have like, I did the entire Holy Grail right from 0 to nothing, every item in the game except for 2, broadcasted it all, did thousands and thousands of runs online, and I picked up every single jewel that I ever dropped, and I've only found 2 15 IS enhanced damage jewels and 1 15 IS fire res jewel. And I think I found 1 15 IS all res jewel. Like literally, I'm talking thousands. I probably identified like 5,000 magic jewels, and I've maybe found 5 that are godly. That's why I just don't check them. I'm just lazy. Okay, new game, DBT Zone 18. First come, first serve, but I just think of how many hours I spent identifying jewels and they all turn out to be garbage. I'd rather just not identify them, and if I need to, like, trade for Rune Fort or something. I don't know. Rookie numbers. Have I ever used a bot or own a bot myself? No. Don't even know how to set one up. I don't even know how to use Hero Editor. All of the hero edited stuff and build showcases that I have is from wicked members in the community that actually send me, like Discord community members and stuff that send me save files. Like, I don't even know how to hero edit. I have used it in single player, but like I don't even know how to hero edit. How the hell am I going to set up a bot? And I know it sounds stupid too, but like all of the amazing things that you guys like donate to me to make content off of on stream, like I don't need a bot. Like I don't want to not acknowledge that I'm super grateful, and I know the average person can't just say, hey, I want to trade this for this, and people pop in. Like I know I'm lucky that way, but Echo. Ooh, nice FCR ring. But there's no need for me to run a bot. Like I wouldn't. And honestly, if I'm trying to make money, I make more money off of YouTube videos than I ever would on JSP Forum Gold, so... There's like zero incentive for me to run a bot. Like, it would not surprise me. It would not surprise me if the people that run bots... You know how people run bots to make Forum Gold and they make money? Like... I'm just gonna go out on a limb here. I'm gonna go out on a hilarious limb here, but... Okay. Type 1 in chat if you think I'm right. Type 2 in chat if you think I'm wrong. I bet you that 9 out of 10 people that run bots to make Forum Gold and they think they're making tons of money, I bet you that those guys spend more money on electricity running their computers 24/7 than what they do on actual currency that they make on Forum Gold. I bet you it costs more to run a computer 24/7 all day running a bot than what they turn around and make money. Like, honestly, there's no fucking way. At least some people agree. I got a few disagree. Like, even if you make $500 at the start of a ladder, running your computer every day over the duration of a ladder, that's a lot of electricity. Or if not, they're barely breaking even. What do you think about Mage Fist and Hell Plague for a Fire Druid? Is Hell Plague the 3 to fire skills Saber? Or Scimitar? Yeah, absolutely. That'd be a solid choice. It's not as good as like Hodo or a Fire Passive Sword, but yeah, absolutely, that would work really good. And Mage Fists are pretty much the ideal glove to run, because it's an extra skill. I don't know what other build you'd actually would want to use anything other than Mage, like for Fire Claw or for Fire Druid. Oh, Hexfire is a Scimitar, but doesn't it have fire skills? Or which one is Hell Plague? Is Hell Plague the +5 to Rabies sword that no one uses? Oh, Hell Plague has 2 fire skills, okay. Well, I leveled, guys. So I can officially respec. Isn't that cool? Check out my sword. Like when I level, 500% chance to cast level 29. It's already over? I thought the blaze would last longer than that. What a ripoff. What a ripoff. Okay, let's respec to my Fireclaw. We'll see if it was a horrible decision. Cheers! Okay, I'm just gonna make a private game, guys, where I'm gonna respec to my wolf, and then we'll do, maybe we'll do an Uber Trista run, see how it goes. Cheers! Thank you for the 19 months, my dude. Thank you, Chiz.
Good to see you.
Okay, respec time it is. So I want to go all shape-shifting GCs. Chiz, you ready for the craziest destruction you've ever seen? Whoever says inventory Tetris is cool, I want to punch him in the face. All shape-shifting skillers. Now I want to respec with the Ravenfrost off. Just because I don't want to deal with if I pull a ring off to do Uber Tristram. I don't want to be screwed. So, gonna put Mara's on. Everything else will be the same. Mara's, I'll put an extra 5 in attributes so I can pull off the amulet if I want to. Everything else should be the same. BK ring, got CTA, everything's fine. We're gonna do Ubers today, meme, but I gotta get my respec situation first. So we need 136. Let me pull that up just to be safe. So I need 136 into Dext. That's 136 without a Ravenfrost, so there's no dexterity coming from Enigma, Ravenlore, Phoenix, Alder's Boots. None of these have dexterity on them, I believe. Just FHR. Oh, shit. 1 to dexterity on that stupid charm. Okay. Oh, 2. So 3. Okay. I'll put 140. I just want to compensate in case I change rings or amulets. So I put on Mara's, and then I put on my Ravenfrost. Thought I had 2. Which one's the better one? Okay. So now I should be way overcapped on dexterity, but that's okay. And I equipped Plague, and then I just need enough strength to get to 103. Should be good to go. I'll put on an extra... a little bit extra strength for just switching gear spec around. Then we'll go all vitality. Now, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Completely max out Fireclaw. Summoning 1 into Oak Sage. Then completely max out Firestorm and Molten Boulder. 13k Fireclaw damage. I actually thought it'd be a little bit higher than that. That's okay. Then max that. And Volcano. So I have 7,200 fire damage from Armageddon, 2.5 physical damage, supplemented with 13,000 Fireclaw damage. I gotta hire a new mercenary and change his gear around. But that should be all that I need. And then... Josh, Druid has always been good. You just had to give it a chance. Okay, so... pretty sure that's everything that I need. Yeah, okay. Ah! Where's the AoE at? I don't have the Infinity Mercenary yet. No, I have one. I just haven't respec'd the Mercenary yet, but thank you, M3. Okay, we'll do a Mercenary switch. It's pretty good damage. It's just melee though. It is only P1. It's just classic melee in this game. Okay. Try respecing the Mercenary.
Impossible. I'll put that to good use.
Okay. 2 swords, helmet, everything. Torch and Annie. He's completely naked. Okay. We'll see. The real test will be Uber Tristram. So we'll go Frenzy Mercenary.
This way, have you?
Go
Did you
Holy
see my
Freeze
back here the first time?
for crowd control.
I'll put that to good use.
Morning, Ayak. How are you? I will. I'll repair.
I'll put that to good use. I'll put that to good use.
Shapeshifting. Oh, last lightning res small charm. Where did it go? Should have had one more lightning res small charm. Where'd it go? Running a Javazon skiller? I am. Thank you. Fire Sunder, shapeshifting, 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 shapeshifting. My... Oh, it's probably this one.
Blessings to you.
Okay, let's try Ubers on a fire claw. Let's see what's the worst that's gonna happen. Let me update my stream title. probably Goner. I'm actually debating using Lawbringer, though. You'll see. You'll see why I'm going to use Lawbringer. Yep, Mercenary, Flickering Flame, Chains of Honor, Infinity. Terror, hate. Terror, hate, destruction. Terror, hate, destruction. Terror, hey, okay. Okay. Yeah, maybe I should use flag for the mini Ubers. Honestly, I've done this before. I did this before. It should actually go pretty smoothly. We'll find out. I might get a little bit faster attack frames with Grief. I don't have a Grief to test out, but I think the lower res procs that go off with Plague are pretty consistent though. Plus, like the Cleansing Aura is overrated or underrated. Think I should run Goblin Toes? You're right. I might need a form of Crushing Blow. I was gonna try and rely on just high fire damage and the slowdown from Lawbringer. We'll see. Can always respec or like twist around. Can borrow yours M3? And Izzy went down, not too bad.
Not here.
Gonna try a Lawbringer switch out for Duriel. There we go. was not too bad.
Impossible.
And I don't have open wounds, right? So he's recovering. Lilith might be ridiculous, though. Oop. Harder time with the archers. Is replenish life important? What do you mean? Is like? Do you mean like it's important to it's important to negate it on Ubers with the source of open wounds if you can? That's what you mean? We could have a death incoming, MP. We could. Okay, so she's there. We could. We'll see. We will see, man. But you gotta have faith. No faith from chat. So we do a quick boot swap. Drink some antidotes.
Good afternoon.
Do a quick Lawbringer switch. Cheers! What's the official results, my dude? Come on, Merc. It's not too bad, actually. Okay, that actually was not too bad. That actually really was not too bad. So then we throw on the Spirit Keeper. So Spirit Keeper, Dual Wisp Projector Rings, and Arachnid's Mesh. Or sorry, not Arachnid's Mesh, T-Gods. We're a little bit low on juvies. Okay, we don't have any juvies, but we'll be okay. What's the D4 news? There's a bunch of videos that they've been putting out, Goner. We'll check out shortly. Bunch of exciting D4 news. Ah. Yeah, okay. Cannot sustain that level of damage. I was getting toasted.
Hello.
Honestly, I don't know. I was getting roasted there. Cannot even come close to sustaining that level of damage. I didn't have my get inactive, which I don't know if that was the problem or not. It was active for a split second, but then it kind of disappeared. I don't think I could do it. Plus, I'm almost out of full rejuves too, but I don't think I can pull this off, honestly.
Not in town.
Oh, yeah, actually, oh. Yeah, you're right. Fate, yeah, you're right. No, honestly, I'm dumb. I'm dumb. It should have been Fate proc. I didn't spec a bear for this setup. Absolutely, that was a huge, huge mistake. But I don't know if I don't know if Fade proc was the problem. Could have been. Yeah, I might have messed up not speccing a bear, to be honest. That might have been a mistake on my part.
I'll put that to good use.
Not speccing a bear, plus I have 4 rejuves. I think I kind of fucked myself there. But, okay, I'll try one more time. What's the worst that's gonna happen? Hey, maybe it was the Fade proc. Was the problem. I can't... Shit. I can't sustain that poison damage. The poison damage is the problem. I can't just... I guess I could buy a bunch of antidotes. It's literally the poison damage is the problem. That's crazy. I can't sustain the poison damage. I don't think I can pull this off, guys. Just go back to regular Fire Druid. Yeah, I can't, Drax for life tap? If I went Drax for life tap is an option. I'd have to switch off Lawbringer. Which we could definitely do that. I don't have Drax. But then if I did that, I would have to run Plague, I guess. I'd have to run Plague, but yeah, an attack rating is a tad low. I know, but you know what's interesting, Pedro? I know you're gonna think I'm sound crazy. Last stream, I did Ubers with a regular Fire Druid. I did it without life tap. I just did it by tanking damage. Like, I used all the same gear, which is what's so confusing. The only difference is, I guess, I had the bear spec. No, if I was to cast, I would have to go in, druid form, cast with the wand, then shapeshift. I don't think lightning absorb's not the problem. Because I have lightning absorb from my pelt, I have lightning absorb from my belt, and I have lightning absorb from the dual wisp projectors. Honestly, the issue is the build. Honestly. Because I did this numerous times last stream with the fire druid setup. Chiz is right, attack rating is pretty low as well. Where's the other K ring? K-ring, be K-ring, be K-ring, be K-ring, be K-ring, 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 K-ring. Because if your physical damage is low, you won't be getting a life leech back whatsoever. That is true. That is the, Oh yeah, I should have been, you're right. I should have been 1 Ravenfrost, 1 Wisp Projector. You're right. When I went dual Wisp, I was attacking slow. But yeah, that's the problem is if using Grief, you have raw physical damage, you get a lot better leech. If I was... Probably I need to use Grief. Honestly, I probably need to use Grief and Drax Gloves. It's probably the setup that I need to use. That's probably the problem that I have. Well, that sucks. And I realized that I made this in a, a game that I can't have somebody come in either. Oh, that sucks. Favorite boot in the game? Alder's boots. I can invite friends? Oh, but that's through the launcher. I don't know how to do that bullshit. How do I do that garbage? See, I have that turned off. Well... I have that turned off because I had that on before, and then people would join... Like, I used to friend list everybody, but then people joined my game and took items. So that's why I turned it off. Game name is the same as the password? Okay. If anyone wants to join to finish off this torch, they can do it. So it's game 2291 537 725. Capital G. Capital G AME 229 1537 725. Well, rip the fire druid dream. Rip the fire claw druid dream. I'm gonna go back to fucking fire druid. Ellie. You gonna try with your smiter? Okay. Good luck. I'm going to respec.
Evening.
Okay, good luck. I'm gonna leave the game, guys. I'm gonna respec to fire, and then we're gonna go back to I messed up not having the Ravenfrost ring, and I think a Grief Phase Blade and Drax gloves would be better to get life tap proc to go off. I thought I could maybe tank the damage. The only reason I thought I could tank the damage is because yesterday I tanked the damage as a fire druid. So I thought I could have been able to tank it as a shapeshifter. Actually, I thought it'd be easier to tank it as a shapeshifter because you have more plus life. But it didn't turn out that way. Kind of interesting. Basically, Bilky, time to respect. I just guess I'm gonna have to do it as a fire druid with what's his name? With my streamer partner buddy. Yeah, Frenzy Bar. Yes. If I had a different body armor like Duress, it might have made it a little bit easier as well.
I'll put that to good use.
But again, the only reason I thought I could do this all is because with this exact same setup, I ran Ubers as a fire druid.
I'll put that
So
to
I thought
good
having
use.
the extra life as a wolf would have made it fine.
I'll put that to good use.
That's what's really interesting, is for those that actually watched the previous stream, I ran the exact same setup, but as a fire druid. Ellie, 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 Ellie. But they didn't though. You watch, I'm gonna like redeem myself here with Ubers with the fire druid run, because the fire druid melts the Ubers faster than what I was doing. What I did that with, so. So I want 5 extra strength points. Strength, 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 strength. Yeah, but I was self-wielding Lawbringer though, Goner, because I thought self-wielding Lawbringer would help. But turns out not so much. Here's everything else that I need. Yeah, okay. Section Hate Terror. Okay, so I'm just 1 terror key short, which is fine. I can run what's her name to get 1 more terror key. Okay, if you guys want to join in for... I'm going to run public Countess runs for Terror Keys. So DB key, no password. Oh, you have run Leroy? The thing is I need to get... I have to get some full rejuves anyways. Yeah, it actually did, Bilbo. Standard Fire Druid was way better. So, it wasn't... I don't think I was perfectly set up because I was missing... Like, if I went Grief Life Tap, it might have been a little bit better, but... I just need to grab some full rejuves. We're gonna redeem ourselves. It's all the way on my left of... So Terror, Hate, Destruction. Terror, Hate, Destruction. Oh, you're right. Never mind, I do. Terror, Hate. You have a full key set. Never mind, I do have a full key set. Fireclaw Druid, Werewolf Druid. Ravnos. Rav. Failed miserably. Pretty bad. I thought I could have done better, but I didn't. We're going back to a regular Fire Druid setup for Ubers. Okay, but I'm not gonna make this mistake this time, guys. I'm gonna make a passworded game so that you guys can jump in if I fail, and then we'll give away the torch at the end too. So DB Torch 1. But this time, if I fuck up, you guys can join, and we'll give away the torch too. Let me change the title again. I know you did M3, and then the one I burnt through and lost, but some people joined the game, so hopefully they got a key, and then I'm gonna not be an idiot, and I have this one, so anyone can jump into this one if I fail spectacularly. And M3, because they're your key sets, is there any particular torch that you want? If there's no particular torch that you want, then we'll give it away to whoever in chat, but... Krav! What's going on?
I'll put that to good use.
Is a pole worth a Diablo torch? As a man who loves a druid, I want to say that a druid torch is worth more, but I'm gonna... If it's a low-rolled druid torch, I'm sure you could probably get it for a pole. Sure you probably could. Or a druid. Goner? Quit making me look bad. Goner? Nobody saw that. Nobody saw that. I was running proper vitality. Nobody saw nothing. No, I've done Uber. Well, I guess this is the first attempt as a fire druid. If you scroll back the slider on stream, you'll see that I failed miserably as a fire claw setup, which is kind of a bummer, but I don't want to say it outright failed because it makes me wonder, Crab, if like a bear could maybe be a little bit better. Or also, this was a really good point that was brought up because I was using a phase blade with Plague with the idea being to proc lower res with low defense from the wolf, but chat made a great point that if I had life tap and grief, so grief would be a lot more physical damage. And in theory, like a life tap proc should be pretty good. That mercenary could not hit him, though.
I'll put that to good use.
Belky! Quit making fun of me.
I'll put that to good use.
Got a burr in the stony field. Congrats, dude. Killer.
Salutations.
GG, my dude. There, 85 poison resistance. Unit tri-res boots? Where were the rare boots? Oh, these.
Impossible.
You know what's funny is that is the pair of boots that I'm looking for. I'm looking for faster realm walk, FHR, cold res, poison res, and magic find. Those are like my ideal boots.
Impossible. I'll put that to good use.
Come on! Fucking proc! Soon, Mango. Well, I found that usually going to Eldritch and Shank procs it almost instantly. You just telestomp and you get hit a bunch of times, but... It sucks because my Mercenary's Fate is active, but mine's not. I don't know, Bilky. I was thinking about doing variety on YouTube as well.
I'll put that to good use. I am overburdened.
Oh. It's not going so good. Come on, DB, you did this multiple times last stream. Why am I shitting the bed so royally hard?
Afternoon.
Shit, I don't know. Shit, I don't know. Why am I shitting the bed so royally hard this time?
I'll put that to good use.
Good afternoon.
Would static field amulet stuff work well on Ubers? If you have enough negative lightning res, it'll work. But if you don't have a lot of negative lightning res, static won't really do much. Did I? I'm pretty sure I buffed right before he came over, but maybe I missed bow. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he didn't have bow. I don't know. I didn't have bow. Maybe. Let's try this again. Oh, I know what I did wrong. I always forget one stupid minor small gear piece switch. You know what I forgot this time? I forgot, no, but 2-3 life is with battle orders. It's the Oak Sage would have died. That's what happened, is the Oak Sage died. So you probably saw my life was at 3,700 and then it dropped. It's because my, Oak died. And at this rate, my fade will wear off before his even goes off. No, I know what I did wrong. I didn't put on a lightsaber on the mercenary. That's where I fucked up. Any day, Merc! Any day! Any day! There we go. Yeah, I don't know how to remove those, Cooley. Probably some way to do it, but don't know how to do it. Okay, alright. So I gotta throw lightsaber on him.
I'll put that to good use. I'll put that to good use.
What the fuck?
I'll put that to good use.
Okay. Lightsaber swap out. Got his fade proc. Treachery.
I'll put that to good use.
Black horns. There we go. Okay, everyone's buffed up. You've seen battle orders, Oak Sage. He has his light absorb gear. He had his fade proc. My fade will probably run off. How did I do this? How did I do this 5 times on last stream and now I can't get past Uber Mephisto? This is wow. Why am I so close to him as caster? Because I need to it's not because my oak died. Because I gotta get in range of my Firestorm. Because the Firestorm is the real damage dealer. Then you try and summon the mercenary. Oh well, this will be another failed attempt. Ugh. Yep. I know what you're saying, chat. It's easier said than done to Firestorm, heal Mercenary, recast Summon, recast Oak Sage, and heal myself all at the same time. I understand it's easy to sit back and say, oh, you should be casting this. Like, there's a lot of, like, constant casting going on. It's a little bit easier said than done. Yeah, I can send you the password, but, I'm really frustrated. I'm really flustered. The fact that I did this 4 times yesterday. I did this 4 times. And now I'm so flustered that I don't understand why I can't do this. Like 4 times I did this. And actually had the mercenary survive the whole time. And now I just, ugh. Yeah. Armageddon. Well, I can't do it. I can't do it with three. I can't do it with 3 pods. Like I need to have full rejuves again. But it's DB Ubers 1. Password is Jesus. If somebody wants to come in and knock it off with a smiter, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm very frustrated right now. Like extremely frustrated. I don't know how I did this 4 times. Just gotta throw in the white towel. I don't know. Mephisto is still surprisingly. I did Uber with my Zeal melee sorceress 20 times, but every time I get still 1 hit. The other times it's easy without potion. I don't get what I'm doing. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know what's changing from the last time I did this. Really don't know. Like I have the absorb gear. Like I have everything that I need. I don't know. Game name and password don't work. It should be just Jesus DB Ubers 1, no password. Jesus, Jesus. You treachery on the mercenary lawbringer. Well, I did treachery and then I threw chains of honor on him, and then lawbringer lightsaber. Oh, that's the wrong helmet, but yeah. I mean, honestly, I just need more rejuves and then just to attempt it again, but oh well. Shoot.
I'll put that to good use.
Shoot.
I'll put that to good use.
Well, I definitely can't do it now. But it should be DB Ubers 1 or DB Ubers, password Jesus. No, I know. I should have. I put the wrong helmet on him too, but it's a wash. I can't do it with three full rejuves. So you have an 1810 Druid Torch. If you want, I'll come in and drop that to pretend like I've done it. Yeah. I mean, I could go in again if I get more full rejuves, but yeah, that should be the password, or it's DB Ubers. It's either DB Ubers or DB Ubers 1, password Jesus. Like that should be the thing to get in. It says not available? It's DB Torch 1? Maybe it's DB Torch 1, password Jesus. I thought I put DB Ubers. Maybe it's DB Torch 1. Oh, it is. It's DB Torch 1 Jesus. There we go. Thank you. Sorry. I told you guys the wrong name. So disappointed in myself. Sorry, it's DB Torch 1, password Jesus. I mean, sure, we can try. But oh, you can do it back too. Oh, cool. I thought you could only do it 2. So I will, unless you guys have smoked it, I can try one more time, but
I'll put that to good use.
well, it's already spawned P1, but I have to. Well, yeah, I guess everybody could stay. I guess I could go myself, yeah. I'm gonna try one more shot by myself. Well, whatever. I'll try another solo shot. If someone wants to pop in, I don't really care at this point, but... just more disappointed in myself. Yeah, that's because I did a quick swap from Enigma to Treachery to get a Fade buff on myself. Trying to just get dual Fade proc. One on myself, one on my Mercenary. Okay, go off there, Mercenary. Oh, he's still not... still not buffed. What's up, Lord? How you doing, ma'am? Doing failed Uber Tristram attempts today. That's all this stream is about, is just failed Uber Tristram. With the Mercenary on the fire, I mean, it's not going to stay on the fire. He instantly runs off. Travinkle's the best shot? Oh, did you guys... oh, I think someone already ran it. Someone already ran it. I don't know what the torch was. Yeah, so they've already killed him. Oh, so I was sitting there doing nothing for nothing. I don't know. I actually don't know what the torch was. But, oh, someone did it and snagged it, so I don't know. Don't know what the torch is. Ah! I don't get it. Maybe I'm just having a bad day. Maybe I'm just having a bad day. Steel Shade Helmet and Mercenaries is the way to do it? Yeah, Mercenary is still using Treachery. I just can't get it to proc. I don't know. Kind of, if anything, I'm just more disappointed in myself. Because I did that. Oh well. Okay, we'll go back to Terror Zone farming then. DBT Zone 1, no password. If anyone wants to join. Yeah, just do whatever. Kind of, really... we'll have to see, because I'm doing a collab stream with a friend of mine next Friday. And we're doing Ubers. So I gotta figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do, because I have to actually be able to do the Ubers. Or it's not going to be a very good collab stream. Will not be very good collab. Going to Resident Evil when? Maybe I should take a break, do some Resident Evil. I don't know if it was sloppy gameplay. Probably sloppy recasting on my part, Lord. I don't know. Because when I did it the other stream, it was just, as long as I just kept recasting the bear in front of him, he just focused on the bear, and then I just did Armageddon and Firestorm, and it was fine. And, yeah. Kind of fell apart today. Sonic Frontiers. I've heard that's gotten mixed reviews. So I don't know how good that game is. It's got mixed reviews. Play some hardcore Acid Burn? Hardcore is too hardcore for me, brother. Sorry, I'm a failure, chat. I'm a failure. whatever. I mean, I'll know for next time. Because I don't really care too much about the items, right? We're going to give away the Flickering Flame. Got a Flickering Flame. Actually, I should give that away today, to be honest. I should give that away now. How are we going to do the Flickering Flame giveaway? How are we going to do it? I have a 17 resist fire Flickering Flame aura that I want to give away to chat today. I'm going to turn on my AC too, because my computer has heated my room up to a stream room up to a sauna. Sonic Frontiers is not Breath of the Wild, it's a fast-paced open world game. I mean, I've done it, Lord. Like I did it, like I said, I did 4 solo runs and a 5th public run last stream. I don't know why I couldn't do it today. Maybe I just had Mephisto in a bad spot, but... Guess the number? Okay, I'll do, I know what I'm gonna do. So, DBFF is the game. I'm gonna pick a random number between 1 and 30. Okay? Random number between 1 and 30. So the game is DDFF. Or, sorry, DBFF. DBFF, Flickering Flame, DBFF. I'm going to pick a random number between 1 and 30. The first one that guesses the password can jump in and get it, okay? First come, first serve. The reason Admiral is because Twitch doesn't have a ad-free viewing for a sub. First person that guesses it's a 7 resist fire aura, -12 Flickering Flame. Passwords between 1 and 30, DBFF. 1 and 30. First come, first serve can get this one in here. And it looks like Zambeezy got it. Good job, man. You got it, my dude. I do have a Rising Sun, but the problem is not Diablo or Baal, Lord. Between Phoenix and Rising Sun, Uber Diablo is a joke. Like Uber Diablo heals you. It's You got scammed? No offense, if you got scammed, you didn't read the title. Fire DRUID Ubers - Diablo 4 news. So, I don't know. I'd say maybe it's 90% you didn't read the title, 10% I scammed you. That's being generous. I think that's me being generous, giving you a 10% scammed. Because it says Diablo 4 news. It doesn't say Diablo 4 open beta live stream. So I'd say more like 96.4. I'll take 4% blame of 4% blame of clickbait. Which actually, let's watch yeah, fuck it. Let's watch the Diablo 4 IGN stuff. Let me know if I need to adjust the, let me know if the game volume needs to be adjusted.
First day? Who are you after? Yep, we're making a ton of new shows and movies.
We know that we have an audience of folks that have played lots of Diablo and are looking for a challenge. And so our second World Tier 2, and our first World Tier are available from level 1 when you first start playing the game. And you can select among them based on the amount of challenge that you want. And you can select, so the first tier adventure mode is tuned more for people who are new to Diablo, or people who just want to
better?
enjoy
Crank it
the
up?
story and not worry about the combat too much. You know, it's always a drag when you're engaged in the events that are happening and then you like die 10 times in a row. It really takes you out of that experience, right? So it's good to have that kind of mode. But for people who are looking for more of a challenge, we have that second mode. And then as you level up and you get up to level 50 and you get through the campaign and you start getting into the later levels, because of course you can go up to level 100 is our level cap, you're going to progress through those additional world tiers. And those work somewhat more like the Diablo 3 world tiers or difficulties work, in that as your gear is progressing, and of course depending on how optimized your gear is in terms of efficiency, you're going to progress up through those world tiers, and that's going to set effectively how your kill rate of monsters, the rate of loot acquisition. And as you get up into those later world tiers too, in Diablo 4, you're going to get access to sacred and ancestral item tiers, which are higher tiers of items that.
So, you guys mentioned you didn't like the idea of ancestral tier or sacred legendaries or whatever. Look at these items. The boots, 11.5% elite damage reduction, 9% control duration bonus, life regeneration, movement speed on elite kill. When you stand inside your own damaging ground effects, you increase your damage they deal by 27%. A lot of these legendary affixes are really interesting. Like, that's the same thing. Your chill effects will trigger freeze 25% faster. Increased duration of your defensive skills. Meteor gains 45% critical strike damage bonus against vulnerable enemies. Your chill effect will trigger freeze 25% faster. It's interesting. Like I'm assuming like this, you'd want to have some sort of build like where you're casting spells, but you're also standing inside of them. So like, cause like that would kind of like boost the damage.
Have more exciting stuff. There's even a few items that are reserved for those.
Your poison no longer deals damage over time. Instead, 127% of the total damage is dealt with the target when your poison expires. When Hurricane deals damage, there's a chance to automatically cast a tornado at the target for free. That's kind of cool. Poison enemies hit by your lacerate or thrash instantly deal 25% of the remaining damage of all the nearby enemies. Feels low effort? What do you mean, Ayaki? How does it feel low effort? I don't know.
A few items that are reserved for those later world tiers. A few unique.
And when a game that's like its core loop of Diablo is about progression, having a way to measure your progression, through world tiers or in D3 was like through torment levels. Immortal, it's like going from Hell 1 to Hell 5. That idea that as you become more powerful, you want to challenge yourself.
Oh, the same ability of the.
And then by challenge.
You mean you think you'd want to have unique legendary affixes for every single individual body armor or gear slot? That makes sense.
Challenging yourself, you get better loot, which means you get more powerful, means you want to challenge yourself. And so you kind of get into this, you want to be able to have that experience. And Diablo really shines when you find that sweet spot. Like, oftentimes you'll get to a point where slightly underpowered.
I think the idea, to your point, is I think it's just the ability to interchange, right? You can use like stacking and interchanging different legendary affixes or whatever.
Working your butt off, you get that amazing drop. Now you're kind of into it, and then you get another amazing. Now you're overpowered and everything's too easy. So now you need to ratchet up the difficulty so you get better. Now you're slightly underpowered again. You get into your sweet spot, slightly over. Like, and that cycle is kind of really core to that feeling of progression in Diablo, and that's what the world tiers really give you. Is that once you've sort of really dominated World Tier 1 and you feel like, I'm unstoppable and there's nothing that's really interesting anymore in terms of combat or loot, that there's a place to go to test yourself and get better loot against more challenging foes, and then same thing and go again. And so we find that things like the difficulty levels in D3 or the world tiers in D4 really allow that player that feeling of progression all the time, so they're constantly growing.
Yeah, let me just add too that on the later world tiers, we saw an opportunity to add a challenge that the world tiers culminate in, as it were. So at the end of tiers 3, 4, and 5, there's a boss that you can defeat in order to unlock the next world tier. And in fact, the last world tier, where you can gear all the way up to.
We've seen this guy before, right? We've definitely seen this boss numerous times. There's a moment like when you hit him and loot goblins run off. Like when you kill him, you can open the chest, yada, yada, yada. There's also the guy from, because he said, what did he say between the 3 different world tiers? There's going to be 3 different bosses. Remember the guy way back? It's like a bird almost that has the huge claws in the end of his arms or whatever, that you can break the claws off, that they showed way back when the first release of the game. So that's obviously another one. The third one is like, I guess, up in the air.
It was extremely difficult. And that really provides something to stand up against with all of your optimized gear and say like, all right, this is what I've been building toward,
I love that, what Joe just talked about. I love that testing moment. Like is in D3 you can change it from the menu anytime. From Immortal you just go to West March and you switch.
Oh, did you see that?
Like is in
Watch this character right here. Watch what happens to this character.
D3 you can change it from the menu anytime. From Immortal you just go to West March and you switch.
Did he just instantly kill him?
I love that testing moment. Like is in D3 you can change it from the menu anytime. From Immortal you just go to West March.
Like
and
he just ate the character.
But that idea that, again, one of the reasons you become more powerful is to test yourself against harder challenges. So that notion that there's essentially
right
a
there.
gatekeeper.
Oh yeah, that's the other one.
So that notion that there's essentially
this guy, this big ass bird thing.
Actually, a gatekeeper preventing you from World Tier 3, and you have to demonstrate your ability, and then you feel good about where you're like, okay, if I can beat that boss, I'm ready for World Tier 3, and I can go into it comfortably or with some confidence. And I like that sort of, because again, especially the idea, like when Diablo 4 is going to have such a rich end game, we're getting ready for our end game beta, and there's so much to do from end of campaign to kind of getting to level 100. But knowing that out there is this level 100 boss waiting for you to get to the end of the end game, like that's something that's really going to motivate a lot of players. I know it motivates me to be able to go, if there's one thing I'm going to do in this game is I'm going to defeat the 100 boss.
Wouldn't hammered in?
And fortunately, we have a lot of great ways through the Nightmare Dungeons and Helltide and PvP and all the things we can do after the campaign to allow us to prepare for that fight. Just that idea of getting into that world and feeling that progression, that movement, that you always know that you're going towards something, and you beat that next level of difficulty, or you get that new loot that gets that makes a build possible, so that you can actually go and because you always have that power fantasy. Like that's what
Doom, it is though. It is a big ass bird thing.
What makes Diablo is everybody has a core power fantasy, and some people it's class based, where I'm board and sword, I'm a barbarian or sorceress or druid or what have you. But when you try to go in and you're like, okay, how do I play into that fantasy? Like, what legendaries do I need? What skills do I need? How does my tree play out? How does my paragon play out? Like, how do I build towards that? And that's one of the things I really love about D4 is that into like that you can put in weapons and play this set of boots. That's both play barbarians. They're the skill trees and the
this is
immense paragon boards.
This is evolved quite a bit from like like the basic structure that it showed us. I was trying to zoom ahead to find this. Because I know it's like you start, I think you start here, and you have limited moves, right? So this is, if this is like a 1 power up, and then it's like, this is like maybe like a 2 power up. You're picking where you want to go. This is, I think, when you socket the rune glyphs or whatever into the board. Druid
that we
Dario.
can like, you know, choose our path through those, which is going to be very different as well. Various legendaries is a big deal to take that because typically you go till they're all orange, right? Like you're playing, you go like, okay, blues are cool, yellows are cool. Okay, I got my orange, I got my legendary. But now that you have a great affix that you really love, like I want an extra skeleton cat mage to be a part of my army, and I can put that onto a yellow and turn it into a legendary. That really gives the player control, you know, and the ability to figure out how to best optimize their build.
I don't know, guys. I'm excited. Personally, but... Because you guys have seen the skill tree video, right? There's a pretty big update on the skills.
Specific to those classes. And it proved to be very compelling, not just in terms of the gameplay of the class, but also, you know, if you're playing
I mean, I think it's a lot different than
barbarian,
PoE.
and then maybe you're grouped up with a sorceress, and the sorceress is using her class mechanic.
PoE just has a massive passive tree, and then your skills are based around your skills and your order of your skill gems, right? Your skill and support gems and weapons and gear.
I could check out, you know, in the future.
So it's definitely
maybe
different
on
than
future
just
season or something like that. And
at least it's
so
different than the D4
we really
tree that we've
wanted
seen.
the classes to shine in their own ways and differentiate from each other. And then also it goes back to that aspect of choice. Like when we look at the class mechanics, we try to design them in ways that increase the number of meaningful choices and ways that you can customize your character. So if you look at the Necromancer, for example, right, the Book of the Dead allows for players who, you know, the Necromancer is a core part of Diablo as a franchise, right? It's this really cool summoner class that ends up being really fundamental to gameplay. You can approach monsters in a totally different way with all of your minions, like getting in the way of projectiles, tanking monsters. You get this really cool fantasy of being this sort of general of the dead.
That's
but there
fair
are lots of
assessment
different ways that people have played Necromancers. And
if there's similarities that you see that you don't like fair enough, like I get it. But guys, I think I'm gonna call it for a stream today. The Pit Imhotep game? What's the Pit Imhotep game? Thank you for hanging out though, guys. I'm gonna call it a stream for today though. Which monitor is that? Oh, there we go. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Thank you for hanging out, guys. You appreciate you as always. I don't know what happened. We'll figure it out. Yeah, anyways, thank you guys. I might work on a video tonight. I don't know. We'll see. I think I'm going to start sifting in some other, like, Resident Evil 8. I want to do the Resident Evil 8 DLC on stream. I want to do some... I really want to do Callisto Protocol, because I'm getting pretty fucking burnt out on D2. Kind of in that zone again where I need like a month, 2-month break, so we'll figure it out. Yeah, other than that, guys, thank you for hanging out, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace, guys.